Hello. Wonder how many people are going to make it through that last video. Probably not a lot of you are going to make it to the end of it. Whatever. I have my list of topics. I'm just so tired these days. I just have like no energy to do YouTube videos. And yet, I want to start a new YouTube channel because the demographics for what I want to do are not going to work on this channel. I mean, you come here for witchy stuff. You don't come here for Minecraft stuff. So I'm thinking of doing a new channel for some Minecraft stuff I want to do. And I've got Twitch going, and I've got some new hardware coming, and it's just life. It sucks. Let's see. I'm gonna wait to do that video. 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 I'm gonna wait to do that one. I'm gonna wait to do that one. I'm gonna do this one. Book witches compared to Hereditary. Somebody, is it the Balkan witch? I don't know. Somebody did a video somewhere on YouTube. I didn't watch it. So sorry. But I've been looking into this. I've been watching other people's videos and reading stuff online, and oh my god, some people are really fucking stupid. So there's two arguments to this. There's one that says Hereditary is better because Granny passed down some ancient mythological fucking secret knowledge. And then there's the other argument where book witches are better because they have a vast array of resources at their... You really need to watch the last video because I'm gonna rant again. Nobody is better than anybody. Okay. Hereditary is not better than Book. And Book is not better than Hereditary. Because you all have to fucking learn, okay? So who cares if Granny had some ancient mythological cosmic destroying, comet causing spell that takes out North Korea and fucking Donald Trump? I don't give a fuck. That spell probably wouldn't work for me. I think the issue is that Hereditary seems more secretive, more mystical, more sexy. It's like having those like half naked, pretty much practically naked women in beer commercials. Makes the beer seem sexier. But they don't tell you about alcoholism. Sex appeal at its finest. They should probably have like half naked women advertising meth. Wouldn't tell you about the meth addiction. Figure that out the hard way. Anyways, way off topic. So, there is a difference between the two. One has some knowledge taught to them and has access to some knowledge, while the other one has to figure everything out from scratch. But you both have to figure everything out from scratch, whether you have some knowledge or whether you have no knowledge. You are both starting from ground zero. One just has a couple extra stairs they get to climb. You know, they get to take an elevator. Well, I wouldn't say stairs. We'll go with the elevator. They have an elevator they can take to like the second floor. And you have to go up some stairs. Think what that's going to do to your thighs. You're going to have a nice butt by the time you're done at the end of those stairs. This person's going to be dying of diabetes. Eating all that chocolate cake while taking the elevator. It's a joke. But anyways, so does one have an advantage over the other one? Slightly. Doesn't mean better. Do I have an advantage by having a degree over somebody who doesn't? Slightly. But you can still get the same job by putting in the same amount of work I did. Doesn't make me better than you. You see what I'm saying here? There seems to be this argument that's on the internet about Hereditary being better. And then they throw in this thing called natural witches. And they argue that natural witches doesn't exist. Yes and no. I mean, the yes part of that, and I consider myself a natural witch, whatever the fuck you want to define that as, but the spirits that I work with and that are always around are always telling me about new spells, new incense, new whatever. And, you know, if they think it's time for me to do a spell to get something, then they make it very, very well known that it's do it now and use this. Use this. And it flows naturally. When I put my intentions in, things flow naturally. But that doesn't make me better than somebody who's had to learn how to put their intentions in. It doesn't make me better than somebody who's had to learn what herbs go with what herbs and their correspondences and their magical properties and all that stuff. I still had to learn all of that. And I'm still learning a lot of that. So, I don't give a fuck if you've been reading books. And little Miss Jane Doe over here, who's had grandma and mom teach them everything for the last 25 years, you both started at the bottom. One had a family resource and the other one had to use a visa. Who the fuck cares? You're both a witch. Why do we have labels? Oh my god. Why do we have labels? I'm a hereditary witch. I can do X, Y, and Z. Fuck you. I'm a natural witch. I'm better than you. Fuck you. I'm a book witch. I know more than you. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. I don't give a fuck if you are a purple witch or a pot-smoking meth addict witch. Although I'm pretty sure one of your addictions is going to require more time investment than the other one. And probably some strange men coming into your bedroom so that you can get high again. I watched Dope on Netflix. It was interesting. I'm like, good thing I'm not into drugs. Anywho. What the fuck was I even talking about? Oh yeah, I was telling you to fuck off. So, my point is that nobody is better than anybody. And the fact that anybody thinks they're better than somebody really shows that they are worse than that person. Think about it this way. If you think you're better than Bob is actually better than you. Because you were putting so much time and energy into worrying about what Bob is doing and how he's doing it wrong and how you're more powerful and you've been doing this better and you're from the dark side and all this other bullshit. Bob is better than you because he doesn't give a fuck about you. He's like, fuck you, woman or man or whatever. Bob is doing his own damn thing. Bob is learning his own way. Bob is having his own experiences. Bob is experimenting with different incense mixtures and this, that, and the other thing. And Bob doesn't give two shits what Jane Doe or John Doe thinks of how he does his craft. Because there is no right or wrong way, and I put right and wrong in quotes, to do this. Okay? There really isn't. Your experiences are so different. My craft is nowhere near the same as Lunar Wisdom's, and her craft is nowhere near the same as Ravenway's, and her craft is nowhere near the same as Ravenflower's, and her craft is nowhere near the same as... Do I know any other witches in this community? You get my point. Like, no one's craft is the same. We can learn from each other, but it doesn't mean that, oh, I've picked up a new tip from Ravenway, so my craft is now the same as hers, because I put my own spin on everything. You know? Someone taught me about ginger and cayenne, and I was like, let's throw sulfur into this and really fucking stir shit up. Let's throw in some allspice, too. A little bit of turmeric. Throw in some hot chilies. Some dried habaneros. You are just throwing some rusty nails, make an oil, anoint a candle, and you're fucked. Up the ass. Sideways. Without lube. Buy a couch. A whole couch is going up there. You get my point. It was hard to do research on this topic, actually, because there wasn't a lot of people don't actually talk about this anymore. But every now and then in a Facebook group, you'll see it. You'll see it. Some old broad, or what's a male version of a broad? Idiot? I don't know. Some old person who's been doing this for 40 years will say that their craft is better. And that you don't know anything you're talking about because you haven't learned specifically from them. And they're hereditary. And you can't be a witch if you're... Who the fuck came up with this idea of you can't be a witch if you're not hereditary? I want somebody to fucking tell me who came up with that, because they are an idiot. What is this? The 90s? Is this an episode of Charmed where it's a chick thing that's passed down through the chicks of the family? Hello, Piper had a boy, and he's gonna be a witch. You get my point. It doesn't matter if it's hereditary. It doesn't matter if you're a book witch. It doesn't matter if you have to go to Amazon to buy a book and someone can go to their grandmother. It doesn't matter if shit comes fucking flowing out of your fingers naturally, or if you have to spend, you know, the hour to put your intentions in, whereas somebody like myself might only have to spend 5 to 15 minutes before that candle is like, holy shit. Like, it doesn't matter. Some of us have been doing this a little bit longer, so yes, we are a little bit more experienced, but that doesn't make us better. I'm not hereditary, and I feel like I'm on the same wavelength as some of these hereditary witches that I get to talk to. And they get to share their experiences with me and maybe a new tip or a new trick or whatever. And I get to share my thoughts with them, and we bounce ideas back and forth, and I learn and they learn, and it's all about learning. We are a fucking community brought together to learn, not fucking fight over who's better. So I don't get this. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it either, because it infuriates me. It boggles my brain how people think that because they have some fucking label attached to them, that they're better than someone who has some other label attached to them. Nobody is better. Okay? Nobody. If you've been doing this for 45 years and you're a hereditary witch and you're not learning anything new ever because you think you know everything, I think you're doing something wrong. Okay? You're doing something wrong. You are like those old software developers that are like stuck in their ways, that are like, no, we have to do it this way. And this way is a mess. It is untestable. It is unusable. It is like you change one line and it fucking breaks, and they have to stay employed into their 90s in order to like fucking fix it. And it's a disaster. Okay, it's a disaster. I've been in those situations. I'm like, oh my fucking God. It's just... If you're not willing to learn something new, then why are you even in the craft? Because Granny was in it? Because Hecate called to you and now you have to be in it? Okay, I guess, whatever. I don't really know your situation, but like, learn, be open. I'm pretty sure if you weren't being open to learning and you were working with a Morrigan, she would bitch slap you. She would just like fucking bitch slap you so hard there would be a red fucking handprint on your face, and everybody would be like, where did this come from? And you'd be like, I didn't listen. You're not better. I'm not better. She's not better. He's not better. We are equal. Are we a little bit more experienced? Probably. Does that make us, like, fucking look down our noses at you while we stand on our fucking cobblestone pedestals? No. I mean, some people will look down at you and walk all over you, but those people aren't worth having in your life to begin with. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say on this topic. Nobody is better than anybody else, and that's so 2017, so let's move the fuck on. Okay? Fabulous. So I'm going to try and do one more video off of this list, and I don't know. That'll be it. And then I'm going to disappear again, because I'm fucking tired. I'm exhausted. Aren't you exhausted? Be exhausted with me. Somebody be exhausted with me. If you're not exhausted with me, then you're doing it wrong. There you go. Doing it wrong.